Because of why I search the deep through endless nights, no time to sleep. The call inside I can't deny. I'll find the light because of why.
Hello and welcome to The Explainer. I'm your host, Speaker. Today, we are heading to a small country with a huge story, one that I promise is full of surprises.
You know, if I say France, you probably think of wine or the Eiffel Tower. If I say Japan, maybe you think of sushi or cutting-edge tech. But what about Lithuania? What's the first thing that pops into your head?
If you're drawing a bit of a blank, hey, you are not alone. But what if I told you that this small Baltic nation is a global powerhouse? In fact, it's the #1 hub in the entire European Union for financial technology.
Surprising, right? And believe me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Today, we're going to dig into Lithuania's magical landscapes, its national obsession with a certain sport, its incredible history of resilience, and how all of that ties into it becoming this unexpected tech giant.
So let's dive right in. This really is a land of surprises.
And we're going to start our journey in a place that feels like it was pulled straight out of a storybook.
I mean, forget whatever you think a typical European landscape looks like. Lithuania is home to this absolutely stunning UNESCO World Heritage Site. We're talking about a 98-kilometer stretch of just pure magic, where these massive, shifting sand dunes literally run into ancient, sprawling forests. This place is called the Curonian Spit. It's this long, thin ribbon of sand that separates a lagoon from the Baltic Sea. And the contrasts here are just wild. One minute, you're walking through the Hill of Witches, which is filled with these incredible wooden folk sculptures, and the next you're standing on top of the Parnetes Dune, which people call the Sahara of the North. It's incredible. Okay, so from the magic of its nature, we're going to pivot to the passion of its people. Because in Lithuania, that passion has a name. Basketball.
Seriously? Basketball in Lithuania is so much more than a game. It is a fundamental part of who they are, a true expression of their national identity.
They actually call it their second religion, and it's a massive source of national pride. But that competitive fire, that drive to win on the world stage, it's connected to something much, much deeper. A long history of struggle and an absolutely unbreakable spirit.
To really get what makes Lithuania famous, you have to look at its history of resilience. A lot of the time, it was this really powerful, nonviolent resistance that defined them.
And this spirit of defiance, it goes way, way back. It really took shape during a 40-year fight against total cultural erasure.
See, the Tsarist regime literally banned the Lithuanian language in print. They tried to wipe it out, but the people fought back, not with weapons, but with books.
An entire underground network of people called book carriers risked being exiled to Siberia just to smuggle Lithuanian books across the border. They did it just to keep their language, their stories, and their culture alive. Just an incredible act of defiance. And that spirit, it definitely didn't fade away. Fast forward to the Soviet era, and it popped up again in one of the most breathtaking protests of the 20th century, involving this many people.
2 million people.
Think about that. 2 million people linked hands, forming a human chain that stretched 650 kilometers across 3 different countries. It was this silent, peaceful, but incredibly powerful demand for freedom. And that deep-rooted resilience, it is the absolute key to understanding the Lithuania of today.
Which brings us right back to where we started this whole thing. How does a country famous for its fighting spirit and its fairy tale landscapes become a leader in financial technology? Well, it turns out that very same spirit is the secret ingredient.
The numbers are impressive, for sure, but the how is the really cool part. See, this didn't happen by accident. It was a conscious strategy built on that same agility and forward-thinking mindset they've had for centuries. They're just applying it in a new way.
So, when you ask what is Lithuania famous for, there's no single answer. It's famous for its incredible nature, for a culture united by sport, for a history defined by an unbreakable spirit, and now for an incredibly innovative future.
It's a place where the past isn't just some story in a book. It's the launchpad for a future that's surprising the whole world. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? What is it that truly defines a nation's strength? Is it its size, or is it its spirit? If you found this little journey into Lithuania interesting, we'd so appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, share it with a friend who might be curious, and of course, subscribe for more explainers like this one. And drop a comment below. I'd love to know, what was the biggest surprise for you? Was it the sand dunes? The book smugglers? The FinTech scene? Let us know.
Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Explainer.